realize that you have to realize that there is no such thing as winning every single stock that you go after. But you've got to get rid of the losers quickly, and that's the system does that. And then it keeps the winners, and that's here's what happens. People get scared because they make some losses. They hang on to those losers because, hey, one day they're going to come back. And then they get a winner, and they get it to make a little bit of a profit, and they get scared again that, boy, this thing can turn around and lose money like I've lost before, and so I'm going to sell it now while I have a profit. So what happens is they let the losers run and cut the profit short, exactly the opposite way to what it should be. It's the same reason that many individuals buy high and sell low. They panic in a bear market and sell after it's got somewhere close to the bottom when they should be buying. And then they buy because all their friends are making money near the top. And so they get that the wrong way round too. The system does not do that. One of the things the system does is eliminate entirely the negative emotions, which are the worst things you can get for making a profit. Fear and greed, both of them will absolutely kill profit. There's no doubt about that. That's not me saying that. That's a fact. Yet most people do those things. They buy high and sell low, and that emotions carry them away.
So if I interpret that, it almost sounds like you're saying one of the major reasons people don't make money in the stock market is their own emotions of fear and greed.
Yep. And I can almost tell you that must apply also. In fact, it must apply to the pension fund manager and his 8.5%.
Well, yeah, he's supposed to be a professional. Why can't he make more than that?
Exactly.
Well, and that brings me back to a little bit of what you're talking about is mutual funds. They have professional managers too. They are supposed to know more than any of us and be able to make money, and yet...
Well, they know one thing more than I do. How the heck do they get away with it? Because the market is averaging 10 or 11% over the long term. And the client is 30 years, the average rate of return for an equity mutual fund, that's a mutual fund that invests in stocks, not bonds and all those other things, but invests in stocks. The average return is 1.9%, which is lower than the cost of living. And that 1.9% ultimately is going to get taxed, even in a retirement account. So clients are losing money. They're not losing dollar numbers. They are losing purchasing ability. And if you lose purchasing power, you are losing money. It doesn't make sense. I don't know how they get away with it when the stock market is averaging 10 or 11%.
Well,
they must be doing something legal, because otherwise they'd all be in prison. And in my view, they should be. I'm sorry about that, but that's the way I feel.
Well, and I know the biggest thing in there is fees. They have all sorts of fees, but...
well, there are a lot of fees. There are some fees that you don't even hear about usually. You're supposed to hear from the salesman, but conveniently they forget. They are published by law in the annual report. The back of the annual report, in the very, very small print, you'll find those fees listed there. But nobody reads, or almost nobody reads, the small print. It should be on the front cover.
Well, and what I've seen of a lot of my friends and things, they also have the buy high, sell low scenario when mutual funds are doing well and making more than 2%, and the market's making 15 or 20% or something. Everybody gets excited by the returns of mutual funds in the last 6 months, and they all go out and buy it when it's high. and then a couple years later the market changes and the mutual fund's making 0 to 2%, and then they all sell because their mutual funds aren't making them any money. So that, to
Now,
me, that's an automatic wrong way around. You're buying when it's high and selling when it's low.
and here's something I don't know the answer to. A mutual fund that does very well, its next move is going to be doing very badly. And they don't stay there all the time. And the very bad ones don't stay at the bottom all the time. They will come up. So can I explain that? No, I can't. I don't know
I'll
how.
throw a little bit out there, and that is the mutual funds have to market themselves to everybody. So they have to look good and be at the high at the list. So they do a lot of things to get there. And when they're there, they do a lot of marketing to sell their mutual fund. But I think it gets back to your greed and fear question, that a mutual fund manager needs to make more than the other mutual fund managers to get his ahead of the other guys. So again, he's using greed to try and do better. And sometimes he probably does, and sometimes he doesn't.
Actually, what they tend to try to do is stay roughly the same, so that everybody is protected.
Okay.
But you're right. It's a competitive world.